All right, so today I just got home from work, I changed my clothes, and now I'm going to make my deck for locals tonight. So for the past couple tournaments, I've been playing Orcust variants. The list hasn't changed too much, but I keep on getting first place with it. Because Daddy Brandon had a rising scale, I now have access to the punk cards that I wanted. So I'm actually going to edit my Orcus deck to fit the punk cards in. Now, the engine that is punk now provides one negation. I think it's a monster negate, but it could be an omni negate. I'm pretty sure it's a monster negate though. It also provides an imperm that you can search, whereas the Orcust engine provides a bunch of bodies. It does lock you into darks, and it gives you a ton of follow-up and interaction on your opponent's turn in the form of the Dingirsu Send and the Crescendo Counter Trap. Yeah, thanks, Emmanuel. Shout out to Emmanuel. So, you can't really have both in a deck unless you're probably not playing Girsu, but Girsu is just an amazing normal summon. So I'm actually going to take out the Orcust cards. Plus, you do have a significant amount of level 8 bodies that you can put on the field. So I don't think the Bestial package is necessary, because that's the condition that was being fulfilled by that package. So let's get into the Orcust deck and then basically tweak it to include that package. So I'm probably going to keep the side deck the same. So extra deck. Obviously, we'll be cutting the Galatea Eye, the Galatea, the Ellen Girsu, and the Dingirsu. So that's 4 slots for the punk cards. Then we've got the Murcielago and the Ilia Sylvia. I'm going to keep these, I think. It's just too broken to be able to recycle that and very easily get a negation on board. I'm going to keep the Requiem, the Moon, obviously, Sequence, Agnumde is broken, Desiree, Necrocrypt Princess, DDD Wave High King Caesar, Chaos Angel, and SP Little Knight. So I think I'm going to keep all of those, which leaves me 4 slots for my punk package, which should be doable. Let me see my punk cards that I've set aside. All right, what I have set aside for the punk engine is the new Jiraishin, the Cursed Thunder God. This is just a really cool end board piece. You can pop all your opponent's face-up spells and traps, or all their face-up monsters. So I think that's a pretty cool monster that you can summon. Obviously, you want the Punk Jam Fever, because this is the new broken support. This is the negation, but I don't know if it's monsters. When another monster's effect is activated and you have a level 3 psychic monster in your graveyard, quick effect, detach material, negate the activation if you destroy it. All right, so it's only a monster negate as opposed to Crescendo, which is an Omni negate and banish. But what's really cool about this is that you don't have to wait until your opponent's turn for the negation to be live, which makes you a little bit less susceptible to Nibiru. You already have ways to stop Nibiru. But I have been getting Nibiru in tournament, so I think this would be not a better than Orcust, but for sure on a similar footing, if not be able to get me the first place again. We're gonna play the level 11, the other level 11, the Punk Amazing Dragon for sure. I definitely want to play the Jam Dragon Drive. That's what makes the combo so good. And before, I was never dabbling with the Rising Carp, but I definitely want to try that. So honestly, the only thing I can cut here is the Jiraishin, and I'm not even considering Pep. So I know a ton of Punk players are going to just click off the video real quick. But Psychic End Punisher is not as cool and powerful as Chaos Angel. Just kidding. But for real, it's too easy to out, in my opinion. Did I get the main deck Punk? Yeah, I did get 1 copy of the main deck Punk, Emmanuel. Which is why I'm even bothering with this. It's called No Punk Rising Scale, and it's a very powerful card. I got it from Daddy Brandon. So that's the whole reason why I'm trying to take this to locals tonight. So I think, unfortunately, there are some lines where you summon the Jam Amazing Dragon. You reborn your your Jam Dragon Drive, and then you overlay with this. But I don't know. This is tough because I want to play all of these, but I don't want to cut anything else from the extra deck. I think I'm just going to cut the Jurashin for now, which is really sad. And I'm just going to go with this. So these four. So I'm going to probably transfer those over. Now the main deck. I don't think I'm going to change the side deck because the side deck is pretty solid with this list. A lot of times you don't need to search or anything. So Mistake is good. I really like the copy of Forbidden Droplet in there. Lightning Storm and Harvey Duster for back row decks. Bell is just a really cool sleeper in this format. And then Lancia, obviously. So I think the side deck is still solid. It's just the main deck that we need to worry about. There's a bunch of cards in the Punk package. So I think I'll start off with that. So 3 Dancing Ogre, or Ogre Dance. So this searches your normal summon, essentially. I don't want to play too hard into Droll. So I think if I do have to cut some cards, I'm going to cut some of this. This is probably the most broken one. It does play into Fuelos, but you send itself and another card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon a Punk from your deck. So it not only puts a Punk in the graveyard, but it also special summons from deck. It plays around Droll, which is really nice. Hey, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Obviously the one of, I only was able to get one of these, but I mean, it's really cool. In certain lines that start with the, the Ogre Dance or the No Punk Foxy Tune, you get access to this by searching off Xiamen. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to cut down at least one of these, maybe multiple of the Ogre Dance, because Droll is literally everywhere. And if you get Drolled on the Ogre Dance, then you're literally not having a good time at all. Like, it's actually sad and depressing. 3 Xiamen. So, this is the main reason why you can't play this with Orchest. Watching your unboxing makes my day. Keep them up. All right, sir, I will. Xiamen is going to be your normal summon instead of Girsu. And it's hyper searchable, so it's super consistent. And then I've got the one-ofs. So this is the Shirakusai. This is the quick effect synchro summon. So you can summon your Jam Dragon guy on your opponent's turn if you leave it on field. And this is a bounce for every level 3 tuner psychic in your graveyard. And then also it's on field effect during your turn is to fusion summon. That's what summons out the fusion monster. And then you tribute this to summon 2 non-level 8s from your main deck. So you're summoning Deer Note, and then probably the Spell Searcher. I think it's Wagon. Oh, well, the next card is Wagon. This is the Spell Searcher, and then the Trap Searcher is Madam Spider. So basically, this entire play loses to Droll so hard, but it gives you enough bodies on board that you can still go Fiendsmith package, and you have your supplementary engines to end on other disruptions. And I really just wanted to try, honestly, the Rising Carp. If I brick or play into Droll too hard and just lose out, that'll be fine. At least I got some content out of it. I am opting to play the 1 Deer Note. So this is your only level 5, and you're going through this during your turn 1 combo to make your Jam Dragon Drive. And when it goes to the graveyard, you're reborn or whatever. So, like, it's a really cool card. And then next, one of the really cool reasons to actually play this package is you get to play 3 Emergency Teleport. So your targets for this are obviously the Xiamen, but any one of your other 3. So Madam Spider, Wagon, and Shirakusai are all psychics that you can special summon off of Emergency Teleport. So it's really easy to tutor your deck for these. So like you're seeing a lot of consistency. You can start your combo with Xiamen, which is not a huge combo because you can't go through your No Punk Rising skill because there's no room in the extra deck for Almirage. But besides those 3 starters, you have however many Ogre you play, however many Foxy Tune you play, and however many Emergency Teleport you play. And then also, if you open up No Punk Rising skill with any of the bricks, you can just banish them from your hand or graveyard to special this and special anything from your graveyard or your deck, which is really nice. So this is a cute little extender. I wish I had more so I could test it with it, but I don't want to go too high on the deck count anyway. So this comes out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, potentially 17 cards. plus 18 and 19 is the spell that you search and the trap that you search. So I read all the punk spells and traps, and there is a trap that pops cards, but I don't really like that. I like this negation a lot better, and you can gain life points off of it, which is decent. And the field spell is just the most broken spell in the archetype. The other spells don't even compare. This lets you special summon from hand, and it lets you draw cards when you pay life points from a psychic monster on your field, which is really great. So I opted for these two. So that's 19. If I'm playing all three Ogre Dance. And there's other cards I want to include as well. So let me just go through how many Orcus cards I'll be cutting, and then we can go from there. So obviously Called By and Talents should be there. I'm also thinking of playing Crossout Designator, so we could just round that up to 20 cards. I think that would be really helpful because we do play three Droll and 3 Ash. These are for the Mulch Armies. So obviously these are all staying. Next, the Paradise for the Fiendsmith package, the Sanct, because we hate playing into Droll, the Lacrima, and you definitely want to see your engravers, which is why I want to stay as close to 40 as possible. I don't want to see my bricks, but unfortunately that's part of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Your hands are random, so definitely keeping these. But yeah, like I said, I do want to add a Crossout Designator. Let me see if I can find that in my cards here. Ooh, Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon. Can't wait to mess with Snake Eyes. All right, my White Forest stuff. Cyphering Gear Delta, that's cute. Actually, Cyphering Gear Gamma would be insane. It not only stops the Charmies, it stops the Droll and Lockbirds, and you get the Psychic Bodies on board so that your first play can be Jam Dragon Drive. So I'm actually going to be adding 2 more cards to that 20, bringing it up to 22, if I can find my Gamma and Driver. I better be able to find it. Ooh, Omega. Okay, also, I'm definitely going to play a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, because that just makes the most sense. If I already have access to everything else, I could just use the Jam Dragon Drive to search another Disruption, and it's a great option off of Emergency Teleport. If your opponent ends on Bomber Dragon for some reason, shout out to those Malice players, you can just special summon from your deck with one of your Emergency Teleports, your Ghost Ogre, to the zone it points to. Then, when it triggers its mandatory effect, you chain Ghost Ogre, sending it to the graveyard as cost, to pop the Bomber Dragon. Well, it'll only work if it's not being protected from destruction, because I think there is a card that might protect it from destruction. But anyway, you chain your Ghost Ogre, just like when people used to play Apollosa. You chain your Ghost Ogre and it destroys their monster. It still wipes the rest of your board, but you're usually doing that as your first play if you've got your Emergency Teleport, and it turns Emergency Teleport into a going second card, which is crazy. Yeah, it's just really good to be able to search this. So I'm definitely going to include this for sure. Let's see, what else do I want? I need Gamma, Cyphering Gear Gamma, but I wonder where I put it. There's my third nib. Probably in the deck that has that stuff. Triple Tack, Book of Eclipse. No. Millennium Eyes Restrict. 1-for-1. Nope, no level 1s. Foolish Burial is cute, but I didn't even play that in Orcust. All right, so Pot of Prosperity, Terraforming. Crossout Designator is going to be amazing, so I'm super excited to play that in the deck. And that can negate my opponent's talents and stuff like that, too, if I hard draw it and they don't hand trap me. Set Rotation, Monster Reborn. Disc Potter. You gotta love the Disc Potter. My Melodious package, I gotta cook with that. Ooh, Endymion. Oh, there's so many things I want to cook with, looking at all these old cards. Dang. Okay. Couldn't find the Gamma and Driver in there, but I am going to check my old list that I had from the other week when I got first place with Live Twin. Ooh, Zombie Vampire would be a good one too, but... Oh man, I miss playing a Bao and Typhon. All right, so there's the Driver, and there is the Gamma. So we'll just include those in the list as well. Okay, Nibiru, the Primal Being. All right. Okie dokie. So I've got, so that was 20. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I want to add 23 cards to my deck list. So I should be taking around 23 out. So I already got through the hand traps and the Fiendsmith package. Next up is the Diabellstar package. I don't think I'm cutting this down at all. The Slumber, the Hollowed, the One Deception Now, the Triple Wanted, the Elzette, the Diabellstar. So that's the Azamina package. Then I've got the Horse package, which just puts a bunch of good bodies on board. We are not playing any rank 8 XYZ monsters anymore in the form of Dingirsu, but we are adding now the Jam Fever, which is cool because instead of wasting one of your bodies to make it, you can just use your Horse package to facilitate it early on and set up that negation and also draw a free card because its other effect is to detach to draw one card, which is nice. So Horse package is just going to be the bare bones. So King Sark, Happy, and 3 Imseti. This is probably where you could put one of the field spells to, you know, like put some of your bricks back into your deck to maximize on your profits and plussing. But it's just Droll is so prevalent now. It's in everyone's main deck. So I kind of want to play around that because if you get Drolled on the Horse field spell, it's just not the format for that, which is why I'm not playing Drytron right now. It's just Droll is too prevalent. So just the bare bones on the Horse package, just the 5 cards. And then here's where I want to start cutting, the Bestial package. The Brand Regained is really cool against like Malice and stuff, if you can set it up as a disruption. And the Bestials are really good against the Fiendsmith strategy, the Blue Eye strategy, and any other light and dark rogue decks. Even Orcust, if you hit them in the right spot, you got to hold your Bestials for a while now against Orcust. But what's really cool about this is also it puts the level 8 body on board to synchro summon with your Elzette to make your Chaos Angel and search an extra Sinful Spoils card or access the engine altogether if you did not have access to it before, which I think is really cool. So I'm going to cut these 6 cards. You don't really need that in this strategy anymore. And then Crescendo, Babel, World Legacy, World Crown, World Wand. I know I was talking about how the Punk package has a bunch of bricks, but those are like soft bricks. Look at these hard bricks here. Orcust Nightmare, Symbol. Although Symbol is full combo, so is, or well, it's not full combo. It gets you Crescendo, and it gets you full Fiendsmith combo. But there's a lot of normal summons in this deck as well. But the way that the other engines work, you can send these other cards to graveyard to actually start combo without using your normal summon. But if you combine these cards with the Punk cards, that would just be too much normal summons. And one of the games I lost getting first place at Locals the other day, it was game 2 against Finals, the other undefeated in round 4. I posted that video like yesterday, or maybe it was, no, I think it was yesterday. I bricked on too many normal summons. It was like Lacrima, Harp, and Girsu. And it was just too many normal summons, and he had the Negate and Banish, the Primite Drill Beam, I believe it's called, and I just couldn't out it. So I'm definitely going to cut these cards for the Punk cards, and I think the bricks will balance out. It should be a very strong list still. What really pulls the lists together is all the other stuff. And I think the ending up disruptions are not going to be that cut down. Because, like I said, this ends on a Send with the Dingirsu, a Negate and Banish with the Crescendo, and then potentially a ton of follow-up and the Crown Negate, which is like, oh, honestly, it's overkill. I love Orcust and stuff, but with the way I built this deck, it's just too much disruption. Like, it's too good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I already had 19 in this pile. 20, 21, 22, 23. So 18 versus 23 is 5. So I'd be playing a 50 card deck. I gotta cut these cards down a little bit. I honestly don't think I need to play into Droll that hard. I'm going to cut an Ogre Dance. Maybe 2, honestly. Because I've got other cards that can trigger the Necroquip Princess. That's another cool thing. The Lubellion, you got 3 Lubellions. You're usually doing your combo before that. Then you get a bonus draw off the Necroquip Princess when you're going Fiendsmith combo. Because you get to send it for a monster effect activation, sending it to graveyard as cost. So that can be triggered by not only Ogre Dance, but also the No Punk Foxy Tune. And I think No Punk Foxy Tune, because it plays around Droll, I know you're sacrificing a card from your hand, and it's like huge ash bait. I think it might be slightly better than Ogre Dance because it doesn't use your normal summon and it does not play into Droll. Whereas the Ogre Dance definitely uses your normal summon and plays into Droll. So I think I'm going to cut that for sure. I can't wait to draw Driver for turn. That's going to be amazing. But it's a good discard anyway. And then it makes your opponent like scared of your Gamma, so like they try to play around it. You need to play Ghost Ogre. Dang, this kind of sucks because I don't want to play too much more than 45 because 45 seems to be the sweet spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Since I have 3 extra sleeves, I'll add 3 cards to it. And then I'll start re-sleeving these. So I'll just take out my Orchest engine now. So I'll play 48 tonight. I just have to figure out what I'm going to replace it with. Can I get any more comments? The man, the myth, the legend. Psyframe Gear Delta, I mean, it would be cool to play it, but I don't think I have enough room in my side deck. And it's more of a going second card, and I already have like a bunch of tools for going second. What's up, psai? I just watching your Orcus video. Oh, hey, Jonathan. Yeah, I've been tearing it up at locals with that Orcus list, so I'm kind of using it as a like a cookie cutter to replace the portion that's Orcus and Bestial with the Punk cards, and hopefully it does well. All right, I'm caught up on comments. I can't believe I missed those. Any Mitsu players in your locals? Yeah, check out the duels on the channel. So I see where you're going with that line of questioning. The Psyframe Gear Delta can stop their key ritual summon, which can really stifle their plays. So I do like that a lot, but I also have Bell, which is where it can really hit them hard, and it works on my turn and my opponent's turn. Whereas Delta, it's going to be really hard for me to use it on my my turn when I'm going second. And that's the only logic. Whereas Gamma, I can definitely use that going first or second. I can't wait to see the deck with the Punk stuff. Yeah, me too, man. So those videos will start going up tomorrow. 9 a.m. will be the first duel, and then 1 p.m. will be the second duel. I don't know what time your videos come out, but that's Illinois time. All right, so this, then this. But yeah, I'm going to need to figure out how to cut a couple more cards so that I can get the engine down to the 21 cards instead of 23. So I still got to cut 2 more cards from the Punk engine. But it should be enough to be able to showcase the strength that the Punk engine provides. A while back, I was only playing, in my Punk decks, 3 Emergency Teleport, 1 Xiamen, 1 Deer Note, 1 Ogre Dance, and 1 Foxy Tune. With those 7 cards, you're able to easily put a level 8 Synchro Body on board, plus a level 8 Punk on board. So that's how I used to utilize it. But now I'll be utilizing it to produce bodies, to produce a negate, and produce several other disruptions. So I'm very excited to see how that goes. It's sad we don't have Punk and Orcust. I know, I could try to cook a Punk Orcust deck, but I don't think that it would do as well as my other strategies are doing because of the fact of all of the extra normal summons. I'd have to like cut down on Xiamen, which is the namesake of the deck basically, because it's the main searcher. And I don't think that it would do the deck justice to combine it together and then not be able to win, because I honestly don't think that strategy would be too good, although it would be really spicy. I'd have to cut all the engines that really carry me and glue my strategies together, like your opponent has to respond to the Azamina cards, or else they're going to be staring down an Ilya Sylvia. The ability of the King Sarcophagus and the Imseti pack, the horse package, to draw you a card and then put 2 level 8 bodies on board that keep on coming back every turn is honestly, in my opinion, currently better than Kashtira cards. And the Fiendsmith package is just insane. So I'd have to cut a lot of that in order to incorporate both Punk and Orcust and keep it like near 40. I could play 60. I don't think that would do good, very good right now, because the fact that you honestly need to see your really powerful cards in the form of Droll and Ash. So the closer you are to 40, the more often you're able to see these. So at 3 cards in your deck list, with your opening 5-card hand in a 40-card list, it's 33% to see one of those cards. So I want to make the highest possible chance without drawing a bunch of bricks to see these powerful cards that you need to see this format. So that's just my little explanation, and that's, I think, why I've been doing so well at locals. All right, so I'm adding the Gamma package for sure, adding the Crossout Designator. I'll actually put the Gamma and the Crossout Designator with the hand traps, and I could do a little quick deck profile at the end. So I'll put it after the Call by the Grave at the end. And then the Gamma, I'll put that package right after the Drolls. And then I will put the Ghost Ogre here after the Droll as well. Because that's more of an engine piece, honestly. Hopefully I don't forget that I play that card, because I know that card's going to come up. All right, time for the bricks. I have seen some Punk lists online that aren't bothering with the Dangerous Gabu, the targeted negation trap, or the Madam Spider, because they're kind of bricks, and drawing a dead Imperm that you can't activate from your hand for turn kind of stinks. Maybe I do cut those, but it just feels like the combo's so much worse without ending on that extra negation. That is tough. Definitely cutting 1 Ogre Dance, so I'm not going to play that. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the 3rd Ogre Dance, because I do need to cut down on these cards. I'm going to start doing with the most important cards first. Obviously, you need Foxy Tune, and I think this card's so powerful that I definitely want to play it at 3, because it's just going to make my life very easy. Being able to bait an Ash is just going to be incredible. I'm pretty sure this card's going to get full Los today. So 3 Foxy Tune for sure. Obviously, we want at least 2 Xiamen, and the only reason I'm playing this is because of the No Punk Rising skill. So obviously, I'm going to need all 3 of those. So I'll add those to the list as well. So Rising Scale, Xiamen. You definitely want to be able to have follow-up. Obviously, a lot of these cards are going to be dead going into turn 3, which kind of sucks, but that's just the nature of Punk. There's probably other engines that are better to meld with this deck. It's just, I wanted to play it in this list and see how it does. I'm assuming that it's going to be incredibly broken. All right, next up, this deck is nothing without being able to cheat your guys out in the form of Emergency Teleport, which is just one of the craziest cards ever printed. And it's at 3, so we got to play it at 3 for sure, because this can summon any one of our little Punk babies. So that's broken. How many cards do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards left to finish off the engine. Mandatory is definitely Deer Note, because without that, you're never synchroing for 8. How many cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 7 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So honestly, we only need to cut 1 card unless we want to play less than 48. So, what do I want to cut here? Because if I do cut the Dangerous Gabu, then I definitely have to cut Madam Spider. And I'm just, well, you play the Madam Spider and the Dangerous Gabu in order to draw twice off your Extreme session, because a lot of the times, depending on your hand, you're only going to be drawing once off of your Punk Jam Extreme session, unless you're going search Madam Spider, special Madam Spider from hand with the Jam Extreme session, and then using its effect to search the trap and draw your bonus card. Because ideally, you want to draw a bunch of cards with this, but with Droll so prevalent, is it even worth it going for such a high ceiling? I don't know. Fresh Haircut Charlie's snapping the group chat right now. I wonder if he's in my stream. Let me see the comments. All right, let's see. Let me see where. Okay, yeah, it's sad that we don't have Punk and Orchest. I agree. We in the same time zone. LOL. I pray for your success, Brody. Oh my God, I can't read. Oh God, hopefully that doesn't get flagged. I mean, it's not available in my region. Oh, dang, I didn't know that name. Turnip. Did you see the new psychic support that got announced in OCG? Yeah, I saw some of those cards. I haven't like read them fully, but psychic as an archetype is always been really cool. I played pure Psyframe several times just because I just love that package so much. But yeah, there's a lot of potential with psychics, and I think it's going to be good. All right, so I definitely want to have access to the fusion summon. So Shirakusai is mandatory, and if you leave it on field by bringing it back off of Deer Note, you get to summon your Jam Dragon Drive, which is really cool. Hopefully I can do that in tournament and show that off. I am going to play the Wagon for sure because I want to be able to search out my field spell, the Jam Extreme Session, in order to draw bonus cards, because the name of the game is bonus cards. Bonus draw. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see me doing that very often. It might just be another Ogre. I might just play one Ogre, which is kind of sad, but it's already consistent enough with the 3 Emergency Teleport and the 3 Foxy Tune, if I'm being honest. So we'll play 3 Xiamen, which is standard, and then the one Ogre feels bad, but I do not want to play more than 48. Honestly, I don't want to play more than 45, but I mean, it is what it is. Let me put the Ogre Dance away now, and then these sleeves, and then I just got to change out the 4 extra deck monsters. The Punk Jam Dragon Drive, the Punk Amazing Dragon, the Punk Jam Fever, and I've never played this card in tournament, the Punk Rising Carp. Okay, so from here I can unsleeve my 4 Orchest monsters, my Galatea Eye, my Ultimate Rare Galatea, the Orchest Automaton, my CR Dingirsu, the Orchest of the Evening Star, and finally my Ellen Girsu, the Orchest Mech Knight. Shout out to Dancing Joe for that one. All right, so the deck is ready for locals now. I'm probably going to do a quick deck profile, and then I'm going to show you guys some test hands. So I think I start with the main deck here. Let me just make sure this is in order. Yeah, that's probably good like that. All right. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's psai. Welcome to another video. So I'm going to show you my updated Punk list that I'll be taking to locals tonight. So we're going to start off with the 1 Ogre Dance for the Punk package. We're also playing 3 Foxy Tune. This is to maximize consistency and get out your copy of Xiamen, which we do play at 3 copies. This is just really great at putting a bunch of cards on board for you to go Fiendsmith package, as well as link climb into other avenues. And while you're doing your combo, you do set up a Nibiru proof negation in the form of the Jam Fever, which is really nice. Some of your other cards that you can go into is the recently printed No Punk Rising Scale. So this is a really good extender. I wish I had more copies, but for now I'll be trying just one because that's all I could access. Shout out to Daddy Brandon. Next up, some of the other powerful one-ofs. We do have the Shirakusai for quick synchroing and fusion summoning. We have the Wagon for searching the spells. We have the Madam Spider for searching the traps. And then finally, we have the Deer Note for special summoning from the graveyard and extending from our hand. We also supplement this engine with the 3 Emergency Teleport. Here is the aforementioned field spell. And here is the Dangerous Gabu, which is the Infinite Impermanence. All right, so pretty solid Punk package. You're going to be seeing this every single hand, I hope. And the cards all plus amazingly. Now, other pushes and consistency. The Imseti Horse package is a really great draw engine. It also triggers your Necroquip Princess, and it can really facilitate controlling the board, especially going second, which is why I really like the Horse package. The one happy, I wish I could play the Dwamatef, but I hate bricking now that I've been like winning at locals. So I want to keep that trend going. So I am trying to play as optimally as possible. The One King Sarcophagus, I just hate drawing this card. And even at 1, I still draw it. But you know what? It's okay. It's a really good failsafe. It's going to be a little bit less good in this deck than it was in my Orca strategy, because in the Orca strategy, if you draw like the Nightmare or the World Wand or even the Simple Skeleton or the Harp, you can send it to graveyard and plus off of it, because you get to send a Horse Monster to the graveyard, which is an extra body on board, extra pressure, extra disruptions. People forget that these are disruptions. I ended on these in one of the finals matches that I ended up winning the tournament with, just by not playing into my opponent's Fualos. Like, I just refuse to play into Fualos anymore. So that's a horse package, really strong. Like, if you can play it in a deck, you should try to play it in that deck. Rest in peace, Drytron. You can't summon that. Next up is the Azamina package. So this package is insane. The 1 Diabellstar, I definitely feel a lot better about this without having the Bystials. I'm always tempted to banish this with my Bystials, but now I don't even have to worry about it because I cut the Bystials completely. That'll come up against my Blue Eyes players tonight, guaranteed. Elzat, you should be playing this whenever you're playing this package. The 3 Wanted, the 1 Deception, the 1 Hollowed, and the 1 Morian. This card's a little bit win more, but it just adds such a complex back row to your end board with the layered disruptions. Being able to Book of Moon your own DDD Wave High King Caesar is actually insane. So definitely play the Morian, and it's an easy side out going second against your opponent to put in your very powerful side deck cards. Next up is the Fiendsmith package. This package is getting hit. I guarantee it. Like, this package is unbelievable. I have not topped a tournament since I've had access to these cards, and I put them in my deck. It's actually unbelievable. 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Sanct, and we don't play around. We don't play into Droll here. And 1 Fiendsmith in Paradise. Insanely broken card. You side it out going second, but you play as if it was still in your deck. Next up is just the hand traps and disruption. So we have 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring for the Mulch Armies, 3 Droll and Lockbird for the Mulch Armies, Ghost Ogre because it's searchable now. Oh yeah, baby. Also, it makes going second a little bit easier because depending on the types of disruptions your opponent has on the board, like an IP Masquerena or a Topologic Bomber Dragon, you can use Emergency Teleport to summon out the Ghost Ogre, and now whenever they activate their IP Masquerena or even their SP Little Knight if it's already on the board, or their Topological Bomber Dragon, or their banned Apollosa Boa the Goddess, you can chain your Ghost Ogre by sending it from the field to the graveyard to destroy that card and basically nullify that effect, which is really cool. Psyframe Gear Gamma. So I wasn't playing this before because I didn't think it would be that good, and there wasn't a lot of ways for me to get hand trapped without having any cards on the field, but there's such good synergy with the Gamma package, the Psyframe package, with the Punk cards, because you have a bunch of cards that do something, that interact with the deck without committing anything to the board in the form of Foxy Tune and Ogre Dance. But also you have Emergency Teleport, which is a really good Ash target as well. Your opponent doesn't want you to have a body, especially if that body searches. And with the prevalence of the Mulch Armies in the format, you also have the Horse package, the Fiendsmith package. Like, there's so many things that you can start your turn off without putting monsters on board, that this will be very good going first or second. You do play 1 and 1, so like the opportunity of bricking is 50%. Like, whether you see one or both or none, it's kind of funny. But I think it's enough, and it's funny enough that I should play it. It wouldn't be a P-side deck without 5 engines and a bunch of crazy hand traps and stuff like this. So definitely the Gamma package. Then the 3 one-of power cards, Talents, Called By. These were the only ones I was playing for a while, but now that I have a lot more cards in this deck that lose to Droll and Lockbird, I figured including the Cross-Out Designator wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, and it can help me hit stuff like Called By or Talents, or if my opponent is on the Fiendsmith package, I can banish an Engraver and shut that play off as well, which would be extremely powerful. So that's the main deck, 48 cards. Hopefully I don't brick tonight because lately I've been playing 42 to 45 cards in the main deck. But this is this is going to be the first time I'm playing 48, and it's going to be a lot harder to see my ashes and my drolls. So I might have to stop my turn a lot more often if I do get Charmied. Next up is the extra deck. So let's get into that. So first up, the Punk engine. So I'm playing Punk Rising Carp. The Jam Dragon Drive. I cannot wait to summon this off of my psaiFrame Gamma resolving on my turn. That's going to be amazing. Next up is the one of Amazing Dragon. So if you don't use this during your turn 0 combo to Reborn and give you the extra body to make your new Punk Jam Fever negation, you can actually use this as a disruption during your opponent's turn to bounce cards. Or if you're going into a board, you can make it and then bounce cards your opponent controls up to the number of level 3 Psychic Tuners in your graveyard, I think. I'm not going to read the card right now. I'll read it in tournament. So that's the Punk package, only 4. I wish I had room. If I had like a 20 card extra deck, I'd play Pep, the Psychic End Punisher, because people are just crazy about that card. They think it's unaudible. I have a better Synchro monster in my extra deck that you'll see later on than that. And then also, I wanted to play the Jirai Gumo that I pulled. Or maybe I traded for it. But it's the, or Jirashi or something. I can't, yeah, Jirashin, the Cursed Thunder God. I wanted to play this because it gains life points, which is cool. And it can pay 1,500 life points, tribute itself to either quick effect, pop all of your opponent's face-up spells and traps, or all of their face-up monsters, which is like actually insane. But there's just not enough room in this current version, so I'm not going to bother with it right now. Next up is the Azamina package, Murecielago and Azamina Ilia Sylvia, broken. And then the Fiendsmith package, which is most of the extra deck. Requiem, Moon, Sequence, Egnamde, I love being able to play this card. Desiree, Necroquip Princess, Bonus Draw, DDD Wave High King Caesar, and Chaos Angel. So yeah, this you can make this with a couple different ways in this strategy, but Chaos Angel, light or dark, like this is an insane card, very hard to out, and it can break apart boards into negation, because no one expects it. In tournament the other time, I had the level 4 Lacrima on board and the level 6 Engraver. I was able to Synchro Summon into a light Chaos Angel and activate its effect to banish my opponent's negation. And since it's unaffected by monster effects, they weren't even able to do anything with their Cyber Dragon Infinity. Shout out to Emmanuel Week. And then finally, SP Little Knight. I mean, every deck needs this card. Wah, wah, wah. You're not playing IP Masquerena. I didn't play IP Masquerena in Orchest. What makes you think I'm going to play it in Punk? Anyway. Finally, side deck. So, 3 Lancia. Oof, I'm hoping I can do the combo today, baby. psaiFrame Gamma. End phase, activate Lancia. I get to keep my psaiFrame cards on the field, and I can just start my turn by Synchro Summoning for Jam Dragon Drive, which is going to be nuts. Next up is 3 Bell. So Bell is just really good right now, in my opinion. It addresses a lot of things in the format. I'm not going to get into it, but it also prevents people from interacting with your graveyard. The Fiendsmith package alone needs a lot of protection. And if your opponent's trying to Bestial you on your Engraver effect to really limit your access to the Fiendsmith package, and you've got Necroquip on the field, you activate this to stop their Bestial or whatever. Then on a new chain, you get to trigger Necroquip Princess to draw a bonus card. So I just love that ability. For back row decks, the Harpy's Feather Duster, the 2 Lightning Storm. Then I got 3 Forbidden Droplet. I just think this card's pretty good. And then finally, Mistake, because we just draw cards, and we don't really add that many after turn 1. So if I'm putting this in, I either won the game already, or I'm not drawing it. Anyway, 2 tokens and the nib token. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more, and make sure you check out the duels that I'm going to have starting tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Illinois time, Central Time. And then the second duel from round 2. Well, that's assuming people let me record, because sometimes if people don't let me record, then I'll go to someone else's duel and I'll record their duel. But assuming people let me record, my first round will be up at 9, and then my second round will be up at 1 p.m. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I don't really have much else to talk about. I guess I'll just read the comments and see if I had anything else. Okay, did you see the new psychic support that got announced? Yeah, I saw that comment already. And then, okay, looks like Jonathan commented, I think he will cook with the new stuff for sure. Yeah, definitely. Especially if it's low rarity, because that's what I like to do, and that's what the channel is based on. I've always been budget. I try not to buy cards. I just like win cards or whatever, and then I trade them away in order to build my decks from the ground up. That's how I built Drytron, and I was able to, you know, get a bunch of prizes just building that deck and taking like one Mubeta Fafnir in my extra deck to locals and just normal summoning Vanity's Ruler and just winning off of that, which is insane. But yeah, I'll definitely take a look at the Psychic stuff and try and cook with that. But if I don't have access to the cards, then it's going to be tough. But if it's low rarity, like I think it's going to be, then yeah, you're going to see me mix it with some other engine. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for joining and watching. Love the stream. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Drytron was a movie for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. I want it back, but Droll needs to leave the format. We'll see. We'll see, because there's only a certain number of ways you can stop Droll. Instant Fusion to summon Millenniumize Restrict, Called by the Grave, Cyphering Gear Gamma, which you cannot play in Drytron. And I think I already... That's it. That's all you can do to stop it, so... But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.